and all I saw was a head full of hair. Beautiful curls, beautiful curls. And I was thinking, that's probably like a wig or a weave or something, because I was just thinking, the hair is really glossy, it's moving. That couldn't possibly be her hair. So each Sunday, I moved a little bit closer, trying to peek at the scene and see if I could spot some tracks or some body pins or something. And I couldn't spot anything. I couldn't detect anything, and I got a good eye. So one day I walked up to her, just started a conversation with her, and kind of eased in on, what was she doing to her hair? How did she come about to her hair being that way? And so she told me that she was natural. And I'm kind of like, well, what exactly is that? What do you mean you're natural? I'm like, well, what are you using? What perm are you using on your hair? What are you doing? What type of rollers you're using to get your hair like that? And she said, no. She said, I'm not using anything besides washing and conditioning my hair. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy that for right now. But I just knew one Sunday I was going to catch her slipping. But it was the truth. This young lady had permed her hair for years, and her hair had shedded, it would break off and come out, and so she just kind of got fed up with it, and she didn't have a choice. She had to grow her hair out natural, but she had no idea what lied beneath the lie. So she's very, very proud of her hair, and she sports her do everywhere. And I think when she goes places, she encourages women, because when you see her and you see that head full of hair, it is very empowering. And so that's what first caught my attention and kind of drew me into going natural. Of course, after having this discussion with the young lady, I did my research. That's one thing I do, is lots and lots of research. I got on YouTube, Google, you name it, I was on those sites. Vogue had a very large natural hair care following. There's people on there, they're putting their pictures, posting, and I guess the outpour of love is what really caught my attention, because sometimes when you tell somebody you're doing something new, you always got a few haters. Why do you want to do this? Well, what's the purpose? Just all sorts of questions instead of being that encouraging friend. So I decided to keep my, natural hair journey on the DL until I found like women that were interested in doing the same thing. And that was just to keep myself encouraged for the moment. So, I got on these different websites, did my homework, found out about different chemicals that I should stay away from, and just kind of really did my homework from that aspect. Once I did my research, I started letting the perm go. I finally said, okay, not gonna perm, but guess what, ladies? I still had that jar perm under the sink for just in case. I just couldn't bring myself to throw it away. So it sat up under the sink, for just in case I decided to renege. So I grew my hair out. It took 19 months for me to transition. And through my transition, it was like a phase that I had gone through. When my hair first started to grow out, it wasn't what I expected. It was kind of brittle, it was kind of hard. You know how new growth is when you need a relaxer, when you need a retouch. And so I was like, I don't know about this now, because it wasn't looking like the girl that I saw in church. And that was actually my first mistake. If you see someone and they're 100% natural, don't look at it and say, okay, I want curls like that. Just be happy with whatever decides to grow out of your scalp. Don't point out certain curls and it's like, well, I want that, and if I don't get that, girl, I'm going back to the perm. Give it a chance, give yourself the opportunity to actually work with your own texture. But that was my first mistake, was kind of pointing out, her hair and thinking that my curls were gonna look like that. So at first it was kind of unpleasant when I began to see, what my roots look like. And, really and truly, within the first 3 months or so, you you really don't know what your curl pattern is going to be, because you have to keep in mind you have relaxed hair on the tips of that hair. So sometimes the curl can look elongated. It may not be as curly as you think it may be. So you really have to give your transition a chance. You have to allow the hair to grow out before you actually know what your curl pattern is going to look like. And let me just give you a money saver tip. We tend to, like, when we want to go natural and things like that, we'll go out and buy everything that either says natural or curl enhancing. Let me give you a tip on the curl enhancing gel. If your hair is straight, when water hits it, guess what? The curl enhancing gel is not going to make it curly. Curl enhancing gel enhances a curl pattern or a texture that you already have. So if you currently have a relaxer and your hair is straight,